thinking about? What you thinking about? What you thinking about? What you thinking about?
Who is Blahzay Roze? We know that she's Psychopathic's newest artist, and we know from Violent J's Hatchet Herald that she is a juggalette who's been to several gatherings. We know how she was discovered, but we don't really know her story. Her juggalo story, that is. How she got into ICP. I actually hit her up on Twitter last month because I wanted to know. And I told her, I said, I hope to see an interview with you soon. I'd like to know your juggalo story. So she hit me back. She actually messaged me back on Twitter, and she had said off the record, and she gave me a little piece of the story of how she first heard ICP. Because she said off the record, I'm not going to share that story with you. If it becomes public, then you'll know what I know. But I had told her that was awesome, and that it was cool to see juggalos like her, Bones Dub, and Young Wicked working with Psychopathic. It's another reason that I love ICP. So I got a little bit of a piece, but she also had said, when she messaged part of her story, she said that I would be hearing the rest real soon. I guess she wasn't lying. I don't think this was necessarily planned, but earlier this week it was announced on Faygo Lovers that Scotty D would be in Detroit and that he has the opportunity, and he's been given the opportunity, to conduct an Ask Me Anything style interview with Blahzay Roze, and that they were seeking questions. Now, I'm sure they're going to get a lot of bullshit. There's going to get a lot of sexism and stuff like that. A lot of stupid-ass questions are probably going to head their way. But that is my opportunity to hear the rest of her story. I actually hit up Scotty D, and I gave 3 simple questions. I kept it simple. I kept it very, what would you say, juggalo YouTuber-ish. It was, how did you discover ICP? What is your favorite Joker's card? And what's your favorite flavor of Faygo? Okay, so maybe you think my questions are stupid, but really that first one's been on my mind a lot. How did she discover ICP? That's kind of one of the first things a Juggalo YouTuber puts out there, is how they discovered this world we live in now, the Juggalo world, right? And that's just something I've been curious about. I'm still curious to know more about how the Axe Murder Boys got into ICP. I know very little about that story. That's another story that I would love to hear as well, is how they got into ICP. They were fans of the music, and they won that contest at the gathering. And the rest is history. But I don't fully know that story. That's another story that I would love to hear. But I just think it's awesome that I had hit her up and she gave me a little chunk of her Juggalo story of how she got into ICP. And she pretty much ended it off with a, you'll hear the rest of the story soon. And here we are. We're about to have an interview, an Ask Me Anything interview. And we're finally going to get to know who is Blahzay Roze. So if you guys have no idea what I'm even talking about, I'm going to put a link in the description for you to go check out the post on Faygo Lovers, where you have the different options of how to submit questions for this interview coming up. I'm not sure. I believe it's going to take place this week. Sometime this week is when he's supposed to be in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. And then next week, I imagine, is when that'll come out. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go hit up that post. Go submit your questions if you have any. And yeah, let's find out, who is Blahzay Roze. Thank you guys for watching.